In this video, we're going to go ahead and show you how to connect our new advanced wired controller to a 4-way cassette. When you open up the box, you'll find that you have the installation manual, you'll have a user's manual, a bag of wire terminals and screws for the installation, and you'll have the thermostat, and the sub base will already be attached to the thermostat, so we'll need to separate that before we do the installation. Now, unlike installing a wired controller to our wall mount units, there's no need to add a sub PCB. Cassettes and ducted units already have an F3 and F4 connection, so that all we have to do is run the cabling, 16-2 stranded shielded cable, to the indoor unit, and then run it over to the controller, and we'll go ahead and make our connections and start the system up. To add a wired controller to a 4-way cassette, simply open up the return arrow panel and then remove the electrical box cover. To one side of the board, you'll find the F1 and F2 connections, and then you'll see the F3 and F4 connections next to it. We're going to use 16-2 stranded shielded cable to connect to the F3 and F4. Then we're going to run that wire over to where we're going to mount our wired controller. Let's go ahead and install the wiring to the control box now. So here is the F3 and F4 connection on this board. Now, while the connections are not typically polarity sensitive, we do recommend for standardization to use the red wire for F3 and the black wire for F4. We've already connected the black wire, so now let's go ahead and connect the red wire. We'll tighten them up. And now we'll move down to the sub base where we're going to connect the advanced wired controller. Now we've installed the sub base, which installs like a normal sub base for any other wired controller or thermostat. We've ran our 16-2 stranded shielded cable, and now we're going to connect to the terminals on the wired controller. F3 and F4, they might be labeled A or B. A would be F3 and B would be F4. So now we'll connect our red wire to the F3 terminal, and then we will connect our black to the F4, or on some thermostats it might be labeled as B. Okay, we'll tuck any excess cable back into the conduit, and we'll mount the thermostat to the sub base. And now we'll power the system up. The advanced wired controller will go through its tracking phase and then go to a normal display once all is completed. And now the controller is ready for use.
For service manuals and other documentation, please visit our website at samsunghvac.com or use our Samsung HVAC mobile app to download any technical documentation. Thank you.